is broken. Don't ever forget you're golden. I will find the light in your soul. I'll be there. Never leaving you in the darkness, even when you're out of focus. I will be the light in your life. You'll see it clear. I'll be your inspiration, 'cause I know that you'll do just what you're told. I'll be your heart and temptation, 'cause I know that you'll make it on your own.
What's up guys, welcome back to another video. So in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you how I created these really cute winter inspired teddy bear nails. So I did these nails all with gels, using some 3D gels that I got from Aliexpress, as well as some gel polishes and that good stuff. So everything that you see here is basically just gel polish over my fakey nails. So if you would like to see how I created these peel off Christmas nails, then just keep on watching. So guys, jumping right in with today's tutorial, and I have already gone ahead as always and popped on my nail tips using my peel off base coat and some nail glue, so when I'm finished with my design later on I could just go ahead and pop these off for later use. So now that I have my nails on, I'm going right in with my very first base colour, and this is Semilac Strong White, which is my absolute favourite white nail polish. It is super pigmented, very easy to apply to the nail, and also quite cheap as well, so it's an all-rounder good polish. So I'm going in with this and I'm doing 2 coats of this onto the middle finger. Obviously each coat goes into the nail lamp for 30 seconds, and then what I usually do is push that gel polish up as close to the cuticle as I possibly can, and then I switch over to a detail brush and just take a tiny little amount of that polish and go around the cuticle area just to refine that and make sure every part of that polish is touching all of that nail tip, so none of the little bit of the tip between my nail and the tip shows. So moving on guys, and the next polish I'm going in with is Gelish Structure in Cover Pink, and I use this for my nail bed shade on all various kinds of designs. As you guys know, I absolutely love this stuff. I think I've gone through 2 bottles of it now and I'm on my 3rd. I swear by it. If you haven't got it in your collection, not only is it a perfect nail strengthener, but is the perfect nail bed shade for French tip nails. So I'm going in with 2 coats of this onto the ring finger and also the pointer, and then the last base colour that I'm going in with is Semilac's Grey Pepper, and this is number 183 and is a really beautiful dove grey and is simply stunning. So this goes onto the pinky, and again I'm going in with 2 coats of this. And do you guys remember just a second ago when I said that that was the last of my base colours? Well, I lied. We are going in with Kiki London's from their Platinum range. This is called Halo Ring and is a silver glitter polish, and I'm not even kidding, is simply stunning. It's the first time I've used this one and I am in love. So I go in with 2 coats of this onto the thumb, again allowing each coat to dry for 30 seconds. As you can see guys, super pretty polish. It just sparkles so gorgeous and really complemented this nail design and the glitter that I will be using in just a moment. And speaking of this glitter, this is Twinkle Stars by Glitter Sparkle, one of my recent glitters to my collection, and one that I showed you guys in my last swatch video. It was sent to me for review by the lovely Vicky and I am so in love with it. So first, to apply this glitter, I'm going in first with a layer of Top Off by Gelish, and then onto that wet gel I'm using my glitter brush just to pick up the fine glitter and some of the small grades of glitter. I'm leaving out the stars. I just wanted the little glitter mix because, as you can see, it's a beautiful blend of teals, silvers, and it also has some white glitter in there as well, and it really went with this winter bear design. So I just went in with the actual glitter over that wet gel, and then I top coated it once with my base coat just so I didn't get any glitter in my top coat, and then I went over it again with my top coat, and this is what my design looks like so far once all of my base colours are on the nails. And just look at that polished sparkle. I'm so in love with it, and that glitter really complements the whole design. So guys, now that I have all of my base colours on, I'm now going in to start on the nail art, and first I'm going in with the ring finger, and this finger is a French tip nail, so I'm first going in with some of this Sugar Effect gel and a fine detail brush to refine my smile line, so I just go over that until I'm happy. Then I switch over to a stiffer gel brush with some isopropyl alcohol, and I just basically tidy up and refine that smile line so everything is in place and the tip of my smile line is in line with the tip of my natural nail. When I'm happy with that, I just fill it in with the rest of that white gel polish we used previously, and this is what the French tip looks like so far. And then I pop that into my light to fully cure, and then I go over that and outline that smile line with some of that silver gel polish by Kiki London. And as you can see, it's a really festive sort of effect that it gives to the nail, but it really just complemented everything and brought the design in together. So to finish off my ring finger and to give it a little bit of decoration, I'm going to be doing a tiny little 3D bow using this 3D sculptor gel from Aliexpress. So I just roll up 2 little tiny balls and pop them onto the corner of my nail, and then I go in with my Madam Glam Polygel brush and some isopropyl alcohol just to refine the shape of this little dots into tiny little bows. So I just go ahead and work that gel until I'm happy with the shape, and then I pop that into my LED light to fully cure just so it doesn't go anywhere. And as you can see, the great thing about working with this sculpture gel is that you really have as much time as you wish to go in and make sure you are completely happy with your design. It's also great for carving out into shapes, so you could really go in and pop up certain parts of your bow to give it a lot more of a 3D effect. So as you can see, I'm just dabbing that brush into the middle so the middle sort of gets a little bit more transparent, and then the edges pop up, and then I form another little ball to make the centre of my bow, and I do the exact same thing using my brush just to refine the shape of that. And then when I'm fully happy with my design, I pop that into my LED light for 60 seconds to fully cure. And then I go in again with my fine detail brush and some of that Sugar Effect gel by Indigo nails just to add a little bit of dimension to the outside of the bow and really bring the character of the bow to life. So I just circle around the bow and also the inside just to give it a lot more of an artistic appearance, if that makes any sense. So now we move on to the pointer finger, which is my gradient nail. So I first go in with another layer of that Cover Pink gel to the top half of the nail, and then to the bottom of the nail I'm applying Semilac's Grey Pepper, and I use the blending brush that I got from Born Pretty store. It's basically just a gradient brush, so I go ahead and just work those two colours together in the middle so I have a little part that's really blended compared to the top and the bottom. So as you can see, this brush is a fabulous tool to have in your collection for gradients. I don't bring it out often. I actually prefer to work with gradients with a sponge, but I thought I would give it a go, and after working with it a little while I really liked how it turned out, so I did 2 coats of that, allowing each coat to dry for 30 seconds. And then off camera I went ahead and buffed those nails into shape just so that gradient was nice and even before I went ahead and top coated that nail with some Gelish Top It Off just to bring that gradient to life, and I absolutely love how it turned out. So onto that wet Gelish gel, we are going to be applying some of that Twinkle stars from Glitter Sparkle, and I'm doing this in an S shape going down the nail, and as you could see, you could really see the beautiful colours inside this glitter mix a lot more over the grey and the nude as opposed to the white. It is such a beautiful glitter. So now we move on to the pinky, and for this I'm just doing a really basic icicle design. So I start with some squiggles coming down from the cuticle area, and then using my brush and that white Sugar Effect gel I outline the cuticle area and then drag it down slightly so I'm forming like a little icicle sort of bed coming down from the nail, and then I pop that into my light to fully cure. So moving on to the 3D teddy bear, again I'm going to be using that white 3D carved gel, some black from the same line, and also a pink one by Elite 99. These were all from Aliexpress, so they were super cheap and they are actually really amazing to work with. So I first go in with the teddy bear's head, starting with a slightly larger ball of that 3D gel. Using my gel brush and some isopropyl alcohol, I'm going to go in and start using a dabbing motion and then just forming that into the shape of my teddy bear's head. This gel is really easy to work with and does give you your own time to basically form it into any shape that you wish. So as you can see, I'm just refining the edges, smoothing everything out and making sure I'm happy with the shape of his head. Then I do the exact same with two little balls of that 3D gel for his little ears. Again, refining them with my gel brush, making sure none of that gel is actually touching my skin. And then I just keep tapping away until I'm happy with the shape. And then I switch over to my tweezers just to go ahead and fluff up that gel to give the appearance of the teddy bear's fur. Then when I'm happy with that, I do pop that into my LED light for 60 seconds to fully cure it, and then I'm going in with some of this Cover Pink gel to form the inside of the teddy bear's ears. So I just use a tiny little dollop of that, working that into the space there, and then again I cure that. And then using the pink gel from Elite 99, I'm going to be using this for the teddy bear's, would you call it a snout or something like that? But basically I'm just forming this into a semicircle shape, and then I go in and cure that nail completely. Then I switch over to the black gel to form his eyes and his nose. So I start with the eyes, two tiny little balls above where I put his snout, and then I form them into shape, making sure that none of that black gel comes onto my pink design. So you will notice, that I do clean up as I go along, because I do find that you get some of that black that comes off onto the white. And then I go in with a slightly larger ball for his nose, forming it into a semi little heart shape. And then switching over to my black gel polish, I go in and form his mouth. So I first do a little line underneath the nose and then form his tiny little smile. And I actually do the smile touching the bottom of the gel as opposed to actually on top of the gel. Then using my white gel polish, I go in and do his eyes, first doing a dot in the middle and then doing a little line so we have a tiny little shadow at each side. And then again I form his ears and his face with some of that white gel just to bring everything together. Then I go in with a bead of clear acrylic to attach a little acrylic bow that I got from Glamsusie's Etsy page. If you haven't checked that out, guys, you seriously need to. She has some awesome acrylic nail art that is ready made for you to use. And then at the top of her ear, I'm going in with a little ceramic flower just to bring everything together. And then I go in and top coat that glitter, just being sure I have got all of the sides and things like that so it is nice and glossy. And as you can see at the bottom, I have formed a little snowflake just to fill up the rest of that nail. And now I'm going in to top coat all of my nails. Then as always, guys, my last and final steps was to go ahead and wash and sanitize my hands, and then I applied my hand cream and cuticle oil, and this is what my design looked like once everything was done. And I must admit, I was absolutely over the moon with it. So as you can see, I sort of switched it up on the hands, switching over where I wanted the glitter gradient and the French tip nail. And then for the thumbs, I did a snowflake on one nail, and then I did the icicles on another to bring the design together. And finally, guys, that is us reached the end of today's video, and I really hope you enjoyed my take on these 3D winter teddy bear nails. And if you did enjoy today's tutorial, please give me a thumbs up. I would totally appreciate it. And if you're new to my channel, hello, my name is Kylie. I am a complete nail polish addict, and on this channel you will find everything from nail art to swatches, reviews and the occasional haul. So if that's something that piques your interest, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to click that notifications bell. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!